Hey guys, just want to let you know, as you see, I'm in a different truck. Um, you know, I'm in an international truck. It's the inside is smaller, a lot smaller than my truck that motor went out. The story about my owner operator career is I know I was supposed to upload a video like a year ago about the DPF situation, but I never got to it because I was getting like cosmetic stuff fixed on my truck. I was able to save my truck, save a lot of money. Well, I wasn't able to save a lot of money, but I was able to make enough money to get like tires and all my brakes did, brake chambers. My water pump had went out during that process of waiting, and my belts kept tearing up, and I never knew why. And I bought like 5 belts, and then I took it to the Mack shop at home, and they noticed that I guess the spinning thing was rust. It was rust real bad, and they had to replace that whole assembly. So I got that replaced, and my belt started being normal again. And on January 2nd, 2019, my truck started making this scraping noise. The motor, like, it was making like a scraping, something just metal just scraping each other. And my truck was still driving normal, but it was just making this loud noise. And I made it home, and then I shut my truck off. Then I waited till the next day. I started my truck up. My air pressure wouldn't even build no more. Like, it was done. Like, the air pressure would not build. Even if I revved it up, it would not build. And I checked my tanks. I wasn't getting no air. And it was very little. Like, it probably was a little air, but like that type of air, that's how low the air was. Wasn't enough to get 1 psi. But anyway, I took it to the shop. When I tried to get it towed, they tried to connect the airline to my air compressor, and they told me my truck couldn't get air from the air compressor because they was like it was clogged up or something. And I took my truck to the shop. I told them, hey, I think I need a new air compressor and all that. I don't know what they did. All I know is that instead of them like replacing the air compressor, they did a diagnostic of basically taking my whole motor apart. I am not gonna say they took my whole motor apart, but they took the top part off where you can see the inside of the engine, and then they called me and said, hey, you're gonna need a new motor, and it's gonna cost like $80,000 to get fixed. I was like, well, I ain't got no money. I was just trying to get a new compressor. And he was like, well, we would charge you $1,000 for diagnostics, but they was like, well, we just gonna charge you $600. And I was like, oh, okay. So I decided to pay the $600, and then I had to pay somebody $400 to tow my truck to my house. And now it's just sitting in the yard. It's basically a kid's clubhouse now, since when they sent it back, the motor, they didn't put the stuff back together. The motor was like taken apart. The body part of the motor was on the back where the fifth wheel at. They didn't connect the rear differential thing, whatever, to make the truck run. So basically, when I sat inside the truck, I can actually like sit in my truck, and when I look down, like right here, right there in this area, this was gone. I could see my engine. I could see the outside from inside my truck. But so I had to hurry up and find me another trucking job. I had to start back doing the company driving, and I decided to get a job. It took me like 2 weeks, I think 3 weeks really, and I finally started back working, behind on bills. But now I'm in this company truck, right? I'm starting to learn something. Like, my truck is a 2010. This truck I'm in is a 2019. And the miles per gallon I'm getting in this truck pulling heavy loads is 8 miles per gallon or more. 8.4. I'm pulling 45,000 pound loads, and I'm getting 8.4 or 8.1 average miles per gallon going through mountains. I'm like surprised, and I was thinking to myself, like, maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm failing, because my truck was getting 5 to 6 miles per gallon. I was putting a lot of money in fuel. Even if, and then on top of that, I don't even idle my truck, my personal truck. I don't even idle it. Like if I want to sit and watch TV, I go inside the truck stop. Now, the crazy part about it is, I learned something. By me looking at the miles per gallon, I was gonna save money and get my own truck fixed, but then when I look at the miles per gallon on the new trucks, I was like, I'm just gonna save money and buy a new truck. That's what I'm gonna do. I know a lot of people think like that is gonna be the hardest thing to do, and the only option I can think of and able to for me to save money, I have to let go of the house. I have to live like a homeless lifestyle where I don't have no bills, and then pretend like I'm paying bills, but the money I'm used to pay bills, I just put that in my savings account until I come up with $150,000. That's how much it costs to buy a new truck. And I feel like if I buy a new truck, it's gonna have like a 5-year warranty. Then when you buy a new truck, you got 10 years. You got 10 years before it'll last about 10 years. New trucks can last about 10 years, but if you buy a used truck, it might last 5, 6, 7 years in my opinion. But that's what I was thinking. But right now I'm in this truck. The only thing I just noticed that the trucks do shut off by itself, and I have to deal with. But this is my setup. If you want to see, like, I don't know how to change the camera around. But anyway, this is how it looks. I'm pretty sure a lot of people seen company trucks before. I also got a big TV in my truck. I like to play my game. I like to play video games, so I have a big screen TV in my truck. But yep, man, that's the life of a failing owner operator, man. Now I'm trying to get back on it.